Good day, welcome to Martinez Design. In the continuation of our 3 unit bungalow design we are doing. In the past episode, we were able to do all this ground floor plan. So, like we say, this is one apartment, another apartment, the third apartment, everything joined together to make a single building at the bungalow level. So, at this level, I want to create the roof plan. It's going to have a courtyard. The complexity of it, I'm going to explain everything in detail. So you can check it out from how the elevation look. So this is the elevation. Just let's toggle this and see the whole length of the whole building. So I'm going to expand this now. Good. So this is how it is. So there's something I want to do to the foundation footing of this house is too high. So I'm going to reduce it to something that is appropriate. So let me just give it to minus 500. I think it's okay. Good. So that will be the ID foundation footing. So then we go on and expand every other one that are needed to be expanded. So the dimension and everything, I think the temporary one I've created, so you are still having with it. So if you are not conversant with this, you can check the first and second video that we have created. So all those details are being explained. So if you are just new on this platform or to our channel, kindly subscribe. We are updating video week in, week out, so you can just like go ahead through development of the project. So what am I saying? Let's go to 3D and see what we have here. So this is the complete activities that we have here for now. So we want to develop this whole entity by bringing the roof system into place. So it's the same normal hip roof that we want to do, but how is it that roof can contain opening without having effect with the design of constraint of design? So that's what we want to do. But before then, I want to select, go to level 1. I want to click my foundation so that my elevation will have unique view completely. So select all instance in this view and you say copy to clipboard. So go to foundation level. At the foundation level, I need to do something before I proceed to anything. So I'm going to remove this from what I know that is unconnected. So I'm going to close it off. But before, let me just do something that will around the great edifice. So now I've copied that into my, so let me click the view range, because when I return it back, the view range become more shorter. So the cut plane now is what I want to work on. First, I need to reduce this one to 400 to the level. So I'm going to cut this one to 300. No, let me just use 250. So as average, so everything will disappear. The reason why you see it disappear is because the cosplay references has been what is now a normal review pattern. So let me go into level any elevation and go and explain that to you. When I said the fill region of that, when the first one I was using minus 1000, so I set my fill region fill range to something around this middle point. So it's more than this, so my fill range cuts it through this level, so all this part are not showing. But the moment I did the foundation footing to 500, so it jump up now. So I need to adjust it so that I'll be able to see the level from here. So now that is what I did, and I want to go back there to go and what I have copied from the wall and paste it so that this wall will be appear at the below level. So that is what I want to do now. The reason why I use 250 is because I don't want it to cut through this through slab, because slab is still maintain its 200 mm thickness. So go back to the foundation and do the needful. So I'm coming here now, I go to modify, and when I will say paste to or align to the current level, which is the foundation pure. So it's going to intersect one another, overlapping, but that does not matter. All what you just need is to concentrate on what you are doing. So click this one So come here, since you know the level, because it's 500, remove the slab, which is going to be 300 remaining. So leave it like that. It will go to adjust itself. Delete all instance like window and things that are not relevant, they will all go. So now remain the doors. So select all instance here in this view, delete completely. Select all instance here, the same thing, delete completely. Select all instance as well, and you do what you do, you delete everything. So as you have gotten down this one, so what next did you need is to work with the go to 3D and see what I'm talking about. So you need to close down this part. So what do? Use fillet to do what you need to do at that level. That one is closed. So go back to this place too. You can do it here as well. This one is closed. So because of this one at that side, so go back to the foundation and you will do it successfully from here. This one and this one, and it will be closed. Go to 3D and you see that everything is in position and in order. So this is what we are able to arrive at. So what we want to do now, I need to expand this one because this one is giving me an issue. So edit that. So I'm going to do that straight up. I don't need to just pick and align. From the 3D you can do all the drawings you want to do because it's everything in order. Click here and say show reality. So wait for the graphic to upload. So this is the realistic view that we have here. So this is how the building looks for now. So locally, let us go and create the order of the day, which is what the roofing. So I don't like creating roofing from level 2, but I'll do that from here now. So level 2 now, I want to start the roofing system. So say architecture, roof component. So you say roof by footprints. Start everything projectically. Select this and say line. So I used to tell, so line is more important to me than the line or every other thing like element of wall. So select 600 on the offset, then start inserting the line on each portion. So this is it. We're done with this, we're done with this, and then we're done with this. So use trim to trim everything so that you have the accuracy of the whole lines. Remember, there's no intersecting, there is no interlooping. So that is the rules of what? Of Revit. So if you're having the same issue, this is how you follow through everything one after the other. So in other run, you might be expecting that maybe I'm going to create what's it called here, the courtyard pattern. So I'm not going to do anything here because if I do it, it's not going to work. Let me give you an example. Let me say now, let me click this one and say I want to have it like 600 minus 600 this time around. You see what we say. It's going to tell me that it's not possible because you cannot create loop within the loop. Can you see? So you see inter loop of footprints may not have a slope defined line, so cancel. So it's not possible. Delete the roof. So I'm going to cancel that. I want to start this one from the fresh. So the roof is not tall enough, but let me just do something for you to see. So no, don't attach it. The thing is formed now. The roof completely formed. So this is it. This is how the roof looks like. But I need to have courtyard in this place. How am I going to create that? I'm going to do everything one after the other in this project. So the next thing I need to do is that the falling of this slope, I don't like the way it's falling, everything in one direction. So select this and say edit type, go to edit structure and go to roofing materials. So the moment you click on roofing material, you don't need to select it because if you don't have if the graphics appearance is perfect, which is with realistic, which is what you have selected here, is okay. But we need to go to graphics. So easy, but from the graphics you select what you need to do and change the pattern in which the slope will be falling. So I'm using surface pattern to work my design. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to click on model So from the model now, I can use anything that I need there. So this one is okay. If you select this one, you just click edit. So 75 by 90 degrees. You can create your whole new one by saying click on new pattern and you call it any name. Just call it Fatis. So that is my whole. So I'm changing this one to what, 75, like I have it in that place. Then change this one to 90. So you can click finish and say okay and click ok and click ok. So you will see that everything here will orientate and fall according to the way it's supposed to fall. So you can see now, so everything is falling in the place and everything is actually working the way it's supposed to. So now the next thing I need to do is for me to look at it from the 3D. So this is the 3D aspect of it. We can look at it from here now. But one thing I don't like is that roof is too short for me. So I want to raise it up and get a little bit more higher. So how am I going to do that? I've selected everything now. So just click here and say 35. You see, more taller now. Everything is in order. Every other part is being taken into consideration. So you go back to proper 3D and see this way. So how am I going to create the opening within the roof? This is the way I will do it. So select, go to elevation. I want to do something before I do the whole things at once, but I will still actively work on everything. So but I want to create the layers of the roof. Click one, then select the layer one, which is this one is going to be my ridge cap. So the second layer which I'm going to bring now is going to be my job. So it's going to be my what? My trusses, spur line and rafter. So those two will be the one I'm going to use the 3D layer to do. The upper one and the lower one will work for what I want them to do. So for now, I'm going to select this one. On my site, I will hide it. I don't need it for now. That is not what I want to use it for. So I'm hiding this one, hide the elements. So as I'm hiding the element, I want to work on this only. So I'm in architecture, just click on vertical, select this one. Good. So if you are in drawing mode, this one is going to cut the roof for you completely. So go to the level 1. So you select the rectangle and you click according to what you want to do. So I'm going to say -500. So here now is going to click it for me, excluding the wall. So you're not going to land on the wall, and I will say okay. So go to the site and see what you have done. This is the site's work. Now you are seeing something here which is something that's very important for you to observe. Why am I saying this is that when you click 3D, you have roof that you have already selected, but it's not cutting through the parts that you are expected to be cut through. The reason is that this upper one is not hidden from the 3D for now. So this is the part, that one that we have cut, that we have already cut, has been selected, and that has been disappeared. You can just hide this one for temporary reason, so that we'll be able to explain to you better. So this is the cutting pattern we have done. The upper roof has been cut off, so the courtyard has been created. So the next one that we need to work on now is the inside one. So how do we do that? We click on this one again. As you click on that, what you just need to do now is that you need to click open for this one as well, because if you copy, even though you cut this one and you copy it later, it's not going to respond because they have different orientation towards what you are doing. So you select this one, so go back to the site plan where you see that, and you click on the vertical and you say select the vertical. So you select this one that is available. So click again. So from there you can follow the references of the former one. So you click here now and say okay, finish it. So can you see this one now cut entirely? Go back to 3D, you're going to see it. So the opening to the roof is completely there. So what do you now need to do now? I want to change this one to trusses, but I just don't want this one. But I want to edit the, because the trusses is not going to follow with the wall. So I want to edit this one. So I'm clicking on the opening for the below roof, and I will say edit sketch. Go back to level 1. At the level 1, align everything. Let it be aligned to the inside wall. So that's what I need to do here. So I will now go back to the elevation, click finish for the wall. Let the wall finish, say save. So as you have done this, select the lower one, then change it from here and say slope glazing. I think I've set my home because of my template, but I will explain a little bit for you so that you understand how the template works. So everything will change completely to where it's supposed to be. So you can imagine. So the slope glazing is set from now. So you can look at it from here. So that is the slope glazing. I'm editing it here now. I did the type. So it's saying empty panel system, which is okay. So this is 1000 fixed, 1000 rectangular. Everything is done according to the way it's supposed to be. You can now decide to change your own and give it to another dimension or orientation that you need. So you select this one and see that the line and everything is set in order. So what is it that you need to work on here is the roofing, the wall. So you go back to the foundation, select all these cardinal 4 walls. So you go to 3D and you say you should attach to the roof. So you say attach to this one. So you don't see any inner partition any longer. So this one is covered up. So you can now start to be working on the layer of the one that have the ridge cap. But before then, I want to edit this one because I don't like the way it's showing outside. So you need to go inside. So edit the footprints. It's still your normal roof. So go to the sites. Then what do you need to do? Just offset it without copy. So click here and say offset 3. Let's say offset 200 all around. I don't want to copy it, so just let them offset inside, so that I don't want to be seeing that trusses at the glance of seeing my project elevation. So I'm done with this. Everything will suit itself with inside, and the whole thing will come back to normal and appropriate figure. So do not attach. That's what I will say. Attach wall to realize no, I don't need this, because I've already gotten one that have been attached to the wall already. So this is it. So the upper layer of the roof is what we are going to show here now. So this one is there. I'm going to click on this refill. So this is the refill. When you look at the refill now, it has already covered the so unhide the element. So it has already covered the opening that we created in that position. So we are going to work on that on this land, on this site. So how do we do it that is not going to give us any edit? So go back again and click on reveal. This one will be revealed as well on hide the same way. So now we want to work on this. We create the whole ridge cap and still have our hole within it. So we start straight up. Click here and say go to vertical again, select the roof at the top, go to the level, foundation level, do as you did in the former one. So select this one. So go to click on offset of -500. I think that's what we did, -500. So you click the rectangular side so that we give you the foundation for what you are working on. So click finish. So as you click finish, No, don't click finish. Yes, go to the site plan. Yes, at the site plan now, you need to now work one after the other with what you have here. So select the peak line, then you go to offset and select type 80 millimeter. That is what you need for that. So begin to create your roof ridge cap one after the other. So the legend, you follow these techniques with all your mind, because if you make any mistake, it's going to be giving you a lot of headache. So do this as we are working one after the other. Click, then click, click, and click again. Do the same thing to this side and this side and this side. At the back side, you do the same thing. Select this other side, and everything will be set for you to go. So now you have this in place, but not completely done. So you still need to do this one and this one. So I think we are through for that little aspect. Now you need to work with big orientation, that something you are doing here is going to flow according to the law of the drawing that you are working about, that we are working on. So I'm selecting something which I'm supposed not to, but let me first finish all this area so you can imagine where the whole issue can be. Now click trim. So trimming will do the whole thing for you. The area that you want to cut out is what you are going to be trimming. Okay, so we're done with that side. We want to work on this place as well. Okay, okay, then the next one. So you do all this area completely, and then we give you what you need in appropriate way. So the line must not be intersect, and it must not be looping. So as I've said, all this one we are creating, we are still working on them, and we're going to get the whole idea perfectly. So this is the side that we cut off from what we are doing. So how do we do the remaining one? So I'm going to do this one by saying offset 80. So I've still used 80 for that. Good. So I'm still going to use 80 for everything. I'll still use 80. Yeah. So the 80, 80, 80. So that the part I'm cutting off from here will be stable and be realistic. So I'm cutting this part off. It's gonna give me a headache, but I'm gonna get it now. So this is the part that we retain. Okay, parts that will be retained. This is the part that will retain. So break this into two. The parts that will be retained. Parts that will be retained. Okay, and this is the parts that will be retained. There's something is missing. This is the part that will be retained. Good. So this is set. So by the time we click finish now, you are going to see how everything is going to form. But before then, let me align this one so that the slope is going to be accurate. Finish. Something is missing. Okay, the line. See, I've told you that you must not intersect. So that is the problem that we face at that level. So click finish here now. Good. The courtyard is created and the roof follow all the procedure and pattern. So check it from the 3D and you see all everything connected, all everything joined, and then everything is formed. So look at the way the roof sets, look at the way the roof set itself, look at the courtyard. This is how you create courtyard in words in the roof for Revit. You don't draw it and cause a lot of headache for yourself. So we are done with this one. So the next part is that we are going to build the elevation and make sure that the aesthetic value are come to life and everything is in the order. So this is the roof segment that we are able to do. When you still click on it, you are still going to see all the trusses, how they are fillable. You can imagine, this is the way they are still there, and they too follow obey the rules of what, of the vertical cutting. So the courtyards are there, the trusses are there, they do not have anything to do with the. So we shall see you in the next tutorial, where I'm going to teach you and make sure that the elevation become live and everything become rhyme with what we need to do.